Welcome to this week's edition of Smart Counsel for Lunch. I'm Leah Kofos, and I'm one of the attorneys here at the law firm of Samuel, Sayward, and Baylor in Dedham, Massachusetts, where we focus our practice in the areas of estate planning, probate, elder law, and estate and trust administration. So this week I wanted to talk to you about scams. I don't know if you're like me, you've been getting a lot of texts lately saying that it's the IRS or it's MassDOT and that you want to, they want you to click a link and give them some money for some unpaid something. Um, these are all scams, very clearly scams. But what tools do we have to prevent scams like this, or not necessarily prevent the scam itself, but to prevent us from falling from those scams? So I come up with, three different ways where we can minimize the effect that these scams can have on our lives and on our livelihoods. So the first thing, don't click those links. If there's a number that's coming to you that you might be a little bit concerned about, don't click any links that are in these texts and these emails. But also don't answer unknown numbers, unknown phone numbers. If there's a number that says that it's the IRS or says that it's MassDOT, only using those examples because they've been so common with, in my family and my friend group. Don't answer those numbers. If they provide you with if they leave a message and they provide you with a callback number and you're a little bit suspicious of, maybe it's not a legitimate call, a legitimate phone number, verify it in some way. You can always Google that number to see if it comes up as the number for the IRS. So number one on this list of ways to kind of minimize the effect that these scams can have on your lives is just to, prevent phishing, basically. Don't click links, don't answer those unknown phone numbers, wait until they leave a message. And if they do leave a message, you can verify the phone number, the callback number that they leave you. So that's number one on the list. Number two is to get a personal financial advisor. A lot of people have financial advisors, but maybe they're not as familiar with your life, with your, finances as they should be. With a personal financial advisor, somebody, at a smaller firm, or somebody who knows you really well, where they'll be able to tell you if something's out of character. So if all of a sudden you start taking out, $40,000, $50,000 pretty regularly, that financial advisor might just have a conversation with you and say, okay, what's going on? What is this? And if you're saying that you're trying to, give that money to somebody who's been calling you and saying that you're out of date with taxes or with some sort of fee, that financial advisor might be able to do some research into that. Or, if it's a scam that is more well known to them, they'll be able to tell you just to stop doing that. They might even be able to stop payment on that until they can verify whether or not that's a legitimate expense that you're making. So that's number two. Number three, if you have a trust, you can always have a co-trustee on that trust. Typically, with a revocable trust, you are the trustee on your trust. But there's always an option to have a co-trustee on that trust with you. And it's kind of the same thing as number two. So basically, with a co-trustee, at least you have multiple people involved so that if there is an expense being taken out of the trust account, that other person can raise a red flag and can kind of see, talk to you about it and see whether or not this is a legitimate expense. It could also be that that expense is coming out, without your knowledge, that direct deposit or something that you might have signed up for accidentally that's just continues to be coming out. And that co-trustee can say, what's going on with this? Is this a legitimate expense? So all of those ways are really, really good ones to minimize the effect that scams and scam artists can have on you and on your finances. If you have any other ideas that have worked well for you in the past, feel free to leave a comment on this video. It's really good. We just really want to raise awareness of, of these scams and of ways to prevent your, falling for the scams ultimately. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment about a way that's worked for you in the past, or, something that could help other people in the future. So as always, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button below. If you want to be alerted whenever we post a video, we try to post a video once a week, and we'll write a blog sometimes once a week. So yeah, until next time, take care.